Welcome back to Prop News Time. Here are the headlines for the day. The cost of development. A battle between infrastructure and nature. The conflict between infrastructure development and environmental conservation has intensified, with the Supreme Court stepping in to halt large-scale deforestation in Telangana's Kancha Gachibowli area. Mumbai too faces an ecological crisis as metro projects, expressways, and tunnels lead to significant tree loss. Experts warn that tree transplantation efforts are largely ineffective, with poor survival rates. Environmentalists argue that unchecked deforestation worsens urban heat and biodiversity loss. With a lot of trees being lined up to be cut for the upcoming projects, a sustainable approach is imperative to balance progress and ecological preservation. Raipur, Visakhapatnam Expressway, Metrolite, and Naya Raipur projects to reshape the capital city Raipur is undergoing rapid transformation with major infrastructure projects like the Rupees Date 20,000 crore Raipur. Visakhapatnam Expressway expected to cut travel time to 6 to 7 hours by 2025. An MOU with Russia's transport ministry will introduce a rupees 400 to 500 crore Metrolite transit system linking Raipur to Durg and Bhilai. Under the Smart City mission, the city has allocated rupees 2,000 crore for financial year 2026, prioritizing traffic and urban upgrades. Naya Raipur's development includes a 130-acre sports city and a rupees 2,000 crore electronics manufacturing cluster in Sector 22. Together, these projects position Raipur as a rising urban and industrial hub in central India. Panaji sees major upgrades in roads, digital infra under Smart City and CCP budget. Panaji is undergoing a major transformation under the Smart City mission, with 42 of 51 projects worth rupees 849 crore already completed and 9 more valued at rupees 202 crore underway. As part of this, rupees 1,051 crore push, 6,850 meters of roadwork in central Panaji will be completed by May 2025. The city has also unveiled a rupees 120 crore municipal budget and introduced digital initiatives like the Goa State Data Infrastructure Project. To address implementation delays and boost equitable development, MLAs can now propose infrastructure projects up to rupees 100 crore each, starting financial year 2025 to 2026, marking a strategic move towards inclusive urban growth. Sumitomo and Brookfield-led consortium emerge as top bidders for BKC land parcels worth over INR 3,039 crore. Japan's Sumitomo and a Brookfield-led consortium have emerged as the highest bidders for 3 premium land parcels auctioned by the Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority (MMRDA) in Bandra Kurla Complex (BKC), raising over rupees 3,839 crore. The bids significantly exceeded the reserve price of rupees 2,973 crore set last year. Sumitomo's Goisu Realty won plots C13 and C19, with offers 39.61% and 40.20% above reserve rates, while a consortium including Schloss Bangalore secured plot C80 at a 12.34% premium. The plots, located in BKC's G block, will be leased for 80 years. MHADA allots 63 homes in Patra Chaul redevelopment after 15-year wait, the Maharashtra Housing and Area Development Authority, MHADA, on 4 April successfully conducted a computerized lottery draw, allotting 663 rehabilitation tenements to eligible residents of the Patra Chaul Siddharth Nagar redevelopment project in Gorgaon West, Mumbai. The project, delayed for nearly 15 years, has now received its occupancy certificate and offers 686 parking spaces, exceeding the regulatory requirement. MHADA assured continued rent compensation until May 2025 and free structural repairs for a year post-possession. Initially assigned to Guru Ashish Construction in 2008, Mhada took over the project 4 years ago following construction delays. Maharashtra government orders formation of panel to explore home ownership for Bandra government colony residents. Deputy Chief Minister Shri Eknath Shinde has directed the formation of a committee to identify land and formulate conditions for providing ownership homes to residents of the Bandra government colony. Spread over 125 acres, the colony includes 5,000 staff quarters and has long-awaited redevelopment plans. A delegation from the Government Quarters Residents Association, GQRA, proposed 16 acres for 2,700 homes, offering to pay rupees 200 to 250 crore at concessional rates. The move follows increased urgency after the Supreme Court's directive to allocate land to the Bombay High Court for a new complex. Adani Group subsidiary acquires Malabar Hill plot for INR 170 crore. Amid rising demand for legacy properties, Mahil Properties Pte. Ltd., a subsidiary of the Adani Group, has acquired a 48,491 square feet plot, along with a 257 square meter structure in South Mumbai's Carmichael Road area, Malabar Hill, for rupees 170 crore, according to property registration records accessed by CRA Matrix. The seller, Behram Novrozji Gamadia, transferred ownership of this pre-independence legacy asset on 27 March 2025. Stamp duty of rupees 10 crore 46 lakh and a registration fee of rupees 30,000 were paid. This rare transaction follows another high-profile sale last month, in which the Laxmi Nivas bungalow on Nepean Sea Road was sold for rupees 276 crore to a firm linked to the Reliance Group. Office leasing. Foreign firms rent 62% of a 180 lakh square office space leased in Janmar across 9 cities. Foreign companies rented 111.6 lakh square feet office space in January to March this year across 9 major cities, contributing 62% to the total demand, according to CBRE. Anshuman Magazine, Chairman and CEO, India, Southeast Asia, Middle East and Africa. CBRE said that established hubs like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Delhi NCR and Mumbai continue to lead, while cities like Chennai and Pune are gaining traction due to a strong talent base and a well-positioned supply pipeline. As businesses seek quality workspaces, the demand for sustainable offices is rising, with occupiers prioritizing employee experience and long-term growth. A key factor shaping this momentum is the growing presence of global capability centers. Magazine said, Pose. Maha Rerai, rules landowner is not an allottee, dismisses complaint against developer. The Maharashtra Real Estate Regulatory Authority, MahaRERA, has ruled that a landowner does not qualify as an allottee under the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act and therefore cannot seek relief against developers. Swastik real estate developers had sold 36,635 square meters of land to Mahindra Happiness Developers in Kalyan for rupees 90 crore 20 lakh in July 2018. Despite a conveyance deed being executed in November 2019, Swastik claimed they had not received rupees 8 crore 50 lakh from the developer. The dispute arose when Mahindra Happiness contested the land title and encumbrances, leading to a complaint before MahaRERA. The authority dismissed the case, stating that Swastik does not qualify as an allottee under the RERA Act, thereby lacking the legal standing to file a complaint. Bombay High Court invalidates Mhada's declaration of Worli Chawl as dangerous. The Bombay High Court has overturned a July 2023 order by Mhada that had declared the Shurji Vallabhdas Chawl in Worli as dangerous under Section 79A, observing that a building cannot be deemed dangerous merely because it is old. A 2-week stay was granted on the judgment as tenants, and Mehada planned to approach the Supreme Court. The case highlighted a prolonged dispute between the landlord and tenants over redevelopment. Bombay, HC orders demolition of illegal Ulhasnagar structure. Calls for strict laws against unauthorized construction. In a firm move against unauthorized construction, the Bombay High Court has directed the demolition of an illegal structure in Ulhasnagar, Thane district, warning that failure to enforce planning regulations could lead to anarchy. A division bench of the court criticized the inaction of civic authorities and called on the state government to enact laws holding all parties involved in such violations strictly accountable. The ruling came in response to a petition filed by a local resident, who alleged political interference had stalled enforcement action. NCLT approves 391 crore resolution plan for Neptune developers, offering relief to 3,500 home buyers. The National Company Law Tribunal, NCLT, Mumbai bench, has approved a 391 crore resolution plan for Neptune Developers Limited, marking a major milestone in its insolvency proceedings since July 2021. The plan, submitted by Sri Naman Developers Private Limited, SRA, secured an 85.35% majority from the Committee of Creditors and aims to deliver long-stalled homes to over 3,500 buyers in the Ramrajya and Swarajya projects. It offers refunds for existing buyers, reduced escalation costs, and structured payouts for financial and operational creditors. The NCLT backed the COC's decision, citing compliance with the IBC and feasibility. This is Sri Naman's second acquisition via the insolvency route, as it had acquired Radius Infra Holdings in May last year. Maharashtra government forms high-level panel to monetize encroached land in Tier 2 and 3 cities. The Maharashtra government has established a high-level committee to regularize encroachments on government land in Tier 2 and 3 cities and monetize them through leasing to generate revenue for local bodies. Headed by Principal Secretary, Urban Development, Asim Gupta, the 8-member committee includes top officials from various departments. The initiative aims to boost income through property tax and land leasing. Approved by CM Devendra Fadnavis, the plan will facilitate planned urban development. The committee will submit a policy report within 15 days for implementation. Mumbai University seeks 1,200 crore compensation from MMRDA for Kalina campus land. The University of Mumbai, MU, has requested direct monetary compensation from the Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority, MMRDA, for 8.5 acres of land. It handed over in 2016 under a Memorandum of Understanding MOU, aimed at developing its Kalina campus. Originally, MU was to receive transferable development rights, TDR, and a master plan in exchange. However, with delays in both the TDR issuance and planning progress, MU has now valued the land at around 1,200 crore and urged for compensation. MMRDA maintains that final action awaits MU's feedback and formal possession transfer. CAG audit to report reveals delays and planning lapses in Mumbai Railway project. A recent audit by the Comptroller and Auditor General, CAG, has highlighted significant delays in a major Mumbai Railway project, pushing its completion from March 2021 to March 2024, with only 26% progress despite an expenditure of 500.9 crore. Key issues include non-compliance with Railway Board guidelines, improper cost estimates by RITES, and delays in land acquisition and rehabilitation. Poor coordination between agencies and premature contract awards further hindered progress. The land acquisition for Phase 2 remains in its early stages, worsening project delays and inefficiencies. Mahada assures no price hike for allotted homes despite RRR increase in Mumbai. The recent hike in Ready Reckoner rates, RRRR, has raised concerns in Mumbai's real estate sector, pushing the city's home affordability index to 51%, above the critical 50% mark. Higher RR means increased property prices, stamp duties, and developer premiums, making affordable housing harder to build. While government schemes like PMAY support low-cost homes, developers now face tighter margins. However, projects under Mayada are less affected, as their pricing is based on actual development costs, not RRR. Mayada also offers fixed registration and low stamp duty fees, keeping homes accessible for low and middle income groups. Prices for already allotted Mayada homes will remain unchanged despite the rate hike. Noida Authority collects 533.91 crore by facilitating registry of flats installed projects under interest waiver policy. The Noida Authority has recovered 533.91 crore by enabling the registry of 3,620 flats across 27 long-stalled housing projects under the Uttar Pradesh government's December 2023 policy aimed at resolving legacy real estate disputes. Of these, registries for 2,726 units have already been completed, granting legal ownership to home buyers. The policy offers interest waivers for developers affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and National Green Tribunal (NGT) restrictions, incentivizing them to clear dues and expedite registries. Promoters who pay at least 25% of their dues are granted permission for registration and qualify for further waivers. BMC imposes 200% property tax on 3,343 properties for unauthorized constructions between April 2024 and March 2025. The Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, BMC, levied a 200% property tax penalty on 3,343 properties for unauthorized constructions, totaling 392.28 crore. The highest number of violations were recorded in Mumbai's western suburbs, followed by the island city and eastern suburbs, with H West Ward leading. The crackdown aims to curb illegal alterations across all 25 wards. While legal proceedings often stall demolition, penalties are being enforced under Section 152A of the Mumbai Municipal Corporation Act, 1888. So far, 12 crore has been collected. Bengaluru's revised parking tax may increase property tax burden for homeowners. Bengaluru's municipal body, BBMP, has introduced a revised property tax calculation method for covered and stilt parking areas under the Unit Area Value (UAV) system. While the update is expected to benefit commercial entities like shopping malls, experts warn it may increase tax liabilities for homeowners. The new structure replaces zonal classifications with a standardized rate, 600 rupees monthly for 150 square feet residential parking. Critics argue that this could lead to double taxation, as parking areas are already included in super built-up calculations. Concerns have also been raised regarding BBMP's lack of regulation on roadside parking. DMart adds 50 stores in FY25 amid competitive pressures and slower discretionary spending. Avenue Supermarts, operator of the DMart chain, added 28 new outlets in the March quarter, bringing its FY25 store tally to 50, the highest in 3 years. The move comes as competition in grocery retail intensifies, particularly from quick commerce players. Despite expanding its footprint, DMart is facing margin pressures due to lower sales throughput and an unfavorable product mix. According to Citi Research and Morgan Stanley, the company reported 14,462 crore in Q4 standalone revenue, up 17% year-on-year, and full-year FY25 revenue of 57,789 crore, reflecting a growth of 16.6%, slightly below its 5-year CAGR. Hyatt to introduce all-inclusive Ziva and Zilara resorts in India. Amid strong domestic demand, Hyatt Hotels is set to launch its all-inclusive Ziva and Zilara resort brands in India, marking a significant shift in the country's hospitality landscape. These resorts will offer guests a package that includes stay, meals, beverages, and curated experiences, unlike the traditional bed and breakfast model common in India. The move follows Hyatt's global expansion in this segment, including a $2.6 billion acquisition of Playa Hotels and Resorts. Backed by strong domestic demand and double-digit growth, Hyatt plans to add 7 new properties in India this year to its current list of 52 hotels and enhance brand loyalty through marketing initiatives and exclusive member experiences. Delhivery to acquire Ecom Express for up to 1,407 crore, creating logistics powerhouse. Delhivery has announced plans to acquire its competitor, Ecom Express Limited, for a sum not exceeding 1,407 crore, subject to regulatory approvals. The acquisition, expected to conclude within 6 months of the share purchase agreement's execution, will make Ecom Express a subsidiary of Delhivery. Ecom Express was incorporated in August 2012 and is a technology-enabled end-to-end logistics solutions provider, headquartered in Gurugram, Haryana. MMRDA approves land allotment for MPCB's Paryavaran Bhavan in BKC. The Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority, MMRDA, has approved the allocation of a 3,400.59 square meter plot in Bandra Kurla Complex, BKC, to the Maharashtra Pollution Control Board, MPCB, for the construction of its administrative building, Paryavaran Bhavan. The decision, made during MMRDA's 159th authority meeting, chaired by Deputy Chief Minister Shri Eknath Shinde, aligns with MMRDA's sustainable urban development goals. The lease, granted for 80 years, includes a lease premium of 468.6 crore. MPCB has been provided with a flexible payment schedule, allowing 25% of the premium to be paid within 2 months and the remaining 75% over 10 months. The new administrative building aims to enhance MPB's operational efficiency and strengthen Maharashtra's environmental governance. Residents oppose Kolaba Jetty project, fearing damage to Heritage Promenade. The proposed passenger jetty and terminal near Radio Club in Kolaba, backed by a 229 crore allocation from Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Shri Ajit Pawar, has triggered strong resistance from local residents. Concerns revolve around the potential destruction of the 500-meter-long Gateway Promenade, a heritage precinct listed under Mumbai's development control regulations. Locals fear the project will disrupt the environmental and historical fabric of the area and worsen traffic congestion. An online petition titled Save Kolaba, Stop the Jetty Project, has gained traction, while legal experts stress the necessity of complying with heritage preservation norms. Mumbai's metro suburban rail integration gains pace with footbridge plan at key stations. The Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority, MMRDA, is advancing efforts to integrate the city's suburban rail and metro systems by constructing a network of foot-over bridges, FOBs. These will connect suburban railway stations at Pantnagar, Vikhroli, Bhandup, and Ram Mandir with metro lines, and also link key locations like RA Metro Station to Oberoi Mall and Goregaon East Metro Station to Nirlun Knowledge Park. A new FOB was opened in March between Devipada Metro Station and Oberoi Sky City Mall. MMRDA is also collaborating with the Walking Project in Vailpale to enhance access to educational institutions as Metro Line 2B progresses. Estimated at 129 crore, these projects aim to improve multimodal travel across Mumbai. Navi Mumbai infrastructure. 40% of Ulve Coastal Road completed. CHO aims for September 2026 completion. Nearly 40% of the 6-lane Ulve Coastal Road, spanning 6.7 kilometers from Amra Marg to the Atal Setu MTHL junction at Shivajinagar, has been completed, with CIDCO pushing ahead on this key infrastructure project. the 1,591 Crore Road project, which includes an elevated airport link of 0.903 kilometers, is integral to ensuring seamless connectivity to the upcoming Navi Mumbai International Airport. CIDCO aims to complete the work by September 2026, with significant financial allocations made in the current and upcoming fiscal years. Mumbai's first mangrove restoration site revived in Vashi. In a pioneering move, the Forest Department has successfully restored a 4-hectare buried mangrove stretch near Vashi railway station, marking the first such initiative in the Mumbai metropolitan region, MR. The effort involved removing debris dumped at survey number 17 in Vashi village. Environmentalists, including Nat Connect Foundation and Sagar Shakti, welcomed the move and proposed developing a mangrove walk zone to raise public awareness. They urged Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation, NMMC, to consider establishing its planned mangrove park at this restored site, which offers easier execution and minimal ecological disruption. JNPA and DP World's NSIST resolve, 2-decade-old tariff row with volume-linked settlement. The Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority, JNPA, and Nhava Sheva International Container Terminal, NSICT, operated by DP World, have reached a resolution in a 20-year-old tariff dispute. Originating in 2005, the conflict centered around royalty recovery, with NSICT claiming approximately 2,653 crore. A compromise has now been reached, fixing 705 crore as a recoverable amount through future volume-based royalty discounts. This arrangement requires NSICT to boost cargo volumes to avail the concessions. The port expects the deal to enhance throughput, safeguarding JNPA's revenues and reinforcing NSICT's operational potential under its existing 30-year concession. Australia home prices hit record AUD 820,000 after rate cut. But affordability weighs Australia's property prices rose 0.4% in March, reaching a record high of 820,331 Australian dollars, 515,332 US dollars, after the first rate cut in over 4 years, according to CoreLogic. The increase was broad-based, except for Hobart, with Sydney up 0.3% and Melbourne gaining 0.5%. CoreLogic's Tim Lawless attributed the rise to improved sentiment and borrowing capacity. Despite strong immigration and supply constraints, affordability challenges remain. The Reserve Bank of Australia is expected to hold rates at 4.1%, but may cut 3 times this year. CoreLogic cautions that restrictive rates still limit growth, though government relief, income gains, and employment support prices. That's a wrap for today. Tune in tomorrow for the latest headlines.